Hi there everyone, it's Connie-Rae. Welcome to StampItYourselfAustralia.com. Thanks for joining me for today's crafty share. I have got a new tutorial today, which is this one. This gorgeous, lush looking Mother's Day card, I would call it, or a birthday card, whatever you want it to be really. You've got that opportunity there to put the sentiment to be whatever you want. So you can make this card and I'll show you how. Using whatever sentiment you like, using Stampin' Up products along with a few different things. Okay, so I initially was going to use this folder here, but this isn't a Stampin' Up folder. This is a gorgeous folder and it is from We Are the Memory Keepers. So, and I got this at Crafts Online and it comes with two, and it comes kind of like a pillow effect with one and the stitched pillow look with the other, and it's just adorable. Love it to pieces. So I've used that on my background here because I really was desperately wanting to use it, and I wanted to use the technique that I've used on that cardstock to make it look like that. But what I'll do for today's tutorial, I'll just pop that out of the way, is that I will use a Stampin' Up one. Now here's one Stampin' Up one that I have used, which is the leaves background. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm not thinking straight. Sorry guys, but anyway, that's a Stampin' Up one. And the one that I'm going to, that's one that I tried with this product in terms of making it shiny. But what I was going to do today to demonstrate was I was going to use the Elegant Dots embossing folder, and I do believe this is being retired, so it is going to be available, or it is available if you get in. I'm not sure if it's still available in the inventory of supplies, but certainly that's retiring. So that being said, I decided to use the Elegant Dots as my background today instead of the folder from the Memory Keepers. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this background. It's beautiful. So, but any of these embossing folders will work. It's up to you. Whichever one you like, you use it as your background. So to get this effect, obviously when we've got a different looking Sahara sand background here. This is your Elegant Dots. You can barely see it, but that's the Elegant Dots embossed Sahara sand. And this is the Elegant Dots. That sounded like I said elephant bots, didn't it? Elegant Dots in Sahara's hand. But what I've done is I've used something that also is not a Stampin' Up item. And this is a Brilliance pigment ink, and it's called Platinum Planet. And I think I got this one on Crafts Online as well. They're in small ones and they're in large ones, but I've just gone off and got myself a brand new one because I just love the effect that this has. It's kind of like the Wink of Stella, but it's just on a bigger scale. So you emboss your folder, and then basically you're going to go over and put the color on top of the embossed folder, and you'll end up with this gorgeous shiny sheen, and it's just adorable. Comes up beautifully. So that's how I've done it. So I'll do it here now for you. Yeah, if I can get my lid off. Okay, I had a little one and it was getting rather old, and I've got a couple of other colours in the Brilliance range as well, and they are just adorable. They've got this gorgeous shine. So I'll show you what I've done. All I've done is gone over and I have used, can you bring that into things so you can see it? I've embossed my embossing folder on my piece of, just knocked something over, on my card base, which is going to be, you've got your cardstock, which is 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2, and then this base is going to be 4 3/8 times 5 5/8. So we're going to use this as the base on the cardstock, and all you need to do is just go over this with a dubber, sponge, or whatever you've got that you use to make these smudging techniques with, and you just use it on the Sahara sand. And I'll show you, see, you can probably see how it's starting to come up already. So it goes from that matte colour to this gorgeous shiny colour. So it's absolutely adorable. I love the effect it has. So, and you can use this on any colour, I suppose. I prefer it on the Sahara sand. I haven't tried it on any other colour yet, but I just love it on the Sahara sand because it seems to just blend really well with the colour. So, but as I said, I've got other colours I'm going to try mucking around with later on. And this range has been around for a while, but I was kind of thinking that because we were getting all really back into the glitzy side of things again, I'm thinking, why aren't we using these? So I'm using them. So we're just doing that base, putting down a nice platform, and it dries off really well. You can sit and put as much on as you want or as little. It's up to you. It doesn't take much muscle. Just make sure it's all covered. You don't want to have any blank spots. There's a bit there. Make sure it's nice and blended. Don't want to make this tutorial too long, so I'll be as quick as I can, but some things take time, don't they? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that's probably going to be enough for now, and I have done another one. So that's using the Brilliance Platinum Planet, and yeah, it's a good one to have in your arsenal, as they say. And there you go, see? That went from matte to beautiful and shiny. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. So it does have that awesome effect. So we've got our base, our card base. Sorry, I have organised myself but disorganised myself in the process of setting myself up. So yes, it can be done. So that's going to be our base. Actually, I think I've got one cut out. Nope. Yes, that one. Okay. Then I have used also this framelit, and I think this is from the Lawn Fawn range. And what this does is it creates a frame, a stitched frame. It cuts out the stitch frame. And I've just put that over a piece of cardstock, which is going to cover the base. So as long as you're sticking to your card base, you're going to be wanting it to be the same as your card base. So ultimately, your card base and your card are the same. So you're looking at 11 by 4 1/4. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's going to be your base for your card. And your normal card is underneath, obviously. So if you stick to that level of sizing, you'll be right. So basically, I've cut that cardstock, and then I've popped that through my machine, and that's given me the little cutout. There you go. The little cutout frame to go round my base. I'm making a lot of sense, aren't I? Okay, so we might just stick that down now because I want that to stick fairly well. And it is a little bit, this size, I think I've left a little bit of room to move here on mine because I do like to have a little bit of room to move because just in case we make mistakes. And you can always trim it down. You can always take away, but you can't put it back. Isn't that what they say? Something like that. So keep that in mind when you are creating something like this so that you have got a bit of room to move. Now I'm using my Tombow for this, if it's going to work for me. Yes, it is, it is, it is, it is. I don't want too much, but I want enough to make sure that it's going to hold. And then you might want to pop it onto something while you're getting the rest of the items ready. Pop it onto something to make it hold it down and dry. Don't put too much around the edges because when you push it down, it will come onto the front of your card front. So you don't want to put too much on if you can avoid it, but just enough to be sturdy. And just corner that off. That's why I like using the Tombow because we want to make sure that it's nice and squared off and flat. If there's a bit over, that's fine. We'll trim that off. I sound like one of those people in the cooking shows, don't I? When they do the cooking shows and they say you stir that off and you add a little bit of this and you'll be right with that. That's what I sound like at the moment. So there we go. So I've stuck that front down. Now obviously there's a little bit extra there, so we'll trim that off later. But for now I want that to sit under something. So I will stick this under my Misty over there while I go over the other things that I've done with this creation. So I have used my favourite birthday blooms, and I've used this little one here. I have stamped it, lots of little versions of it, and I've used my crumb cake. Just stamping off a few flowers of the crumb cake, and I have then coloured in my flowers using my, basically like the other tutorial that I put up recently, which had the big blossom, the big bloom. I've used my Prismacolor white, and that is Prismacolor 938, so that's my white. And if just when I was colouring in, just to make sure, like sometimes you go over the lines when you are colouring in. So when you're colouring in, I just go around the edges very slowly, and I like to colour in a circular motion. Don't ask me why, but I do. And then doing this just it's very therapeutic, actually, I've got to say. Just colouring in normally, like you normally do, on the flower itself. And then I've used my Prismacolor Prismacolor 946 Brun Fonts, dark brown and white, obviously. And I've just used that to go over just the edges in case I've actually gone over with the white pencil, just to trim it up and make it look nice. So that's how I've done that. Now, then comes the fussy cutting. So obviously I have cut out and already done this so that you don't have to sit down and go through it with me. But, oh, sorry, and I didn't mention that I have done the stems in my, let me see, which one was this? This is the Copic Color YG11. And my little stems are all green and coloured with that. So that's how I've done that. And then I've just fussy cut, and it's quite therapeutic. It's not too difficult for this one. It's only a little flower. It's not that bad. Sometimes fussy cutting is quite good. Good therapy, as they say. All right, so we are now up to the next stage of that's been done. Got our flowers out. We've fussy cut our flowers. Now we're going to use our sentiment. I have used the sentiment out of the same, oh no, I was going to say out of that same stamp set, but I haven't. I have used, let me think. I can't remember which set I got it out of. Thanks to You, I Grew Up Loved. So I'm thinking it's got to be, I'm sorry guys, I can't remember which set it's out of, and I don't want to hold you up by looking for it. Yeah, it just says, Thanks to You, I Grew Up Loved. And I know that it's a current set. And I'm so sorry. I'm not quite sure which set it's out of. But I'm sure if you had a look. But really, at the end of the day, you can use whatever sentiment you want. Because I'm sort of thinking this is a Mother's Day idea. But you can put Happy Birthday on there. Or maybe we should. No, I'm not going to change it now because I will wreck it. I'll jinx myself. So we'll just stick with the Thanks to You, I Grew Up Loved. But I can't remember which set it came out of, so I do apologise for that. But if you really are motivated enough, you'll find it. Okay, birthmark for embossing. Ooh, my embossing buddy. Come over here. You do want to use your embossing buddy whenever you emboss. You don't not want to. That's for sure. And I always use Versamark when I'm embossing because it's just a sure thing. It's a sure thing. So, now I'm going to turn my heat gun on now so that it warms up while I do this. Thanks to You, I Grew Up Loved. I'm trying to remember what set it's annoyed me now because I've been naughty and I haven't got it out. But anyway, don't mind my big head in the way here, guys, if it does get in the way. It's a nice firm push with the Versamark. Ooh, not bad. Okay. And I used, for embossing powder, I used copper. And here's my copper embossing powder. Mind you, my gun is getting really hot now because I'm holding it. It's burning my leg. Okay, let me just, because you do want your gun to be nice and hot. when you are embossing. It's very important because if you have to leave it on your item too long, it will yuck, it just doesn't work. So the hotter the gun before you lay it on there, and the quicker you run it over, the better. Even if you have to just pull it away a few times, it's always important with your embossing, no matter what medium you're embossing onto. So I'll just put my gun on again, just make sure that that is okay to go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can use any colour. I think silver was the other option I was thinking of, but I decided to go with this copper. So I'm bringing in my gun now, trying not to burn my fingers. I've got to say, the copper doesn't look anything until you emboss it, and then it just turns into this gorgeous colour. And I liked the tone of it because it really sort of went with the flowers. There we go. It's turning. Beautiful. I'll just turn that around because it's burning my fingers. There we go. Nice. Okay. Lovely. Look at that. How lucky am I to have that work? Okay. Now, the next part, we're going to get our backing, which should be nice and firmly stuck by now. And we are going to, on the back, pop some foam tape, some foam to keep it all thick and padded on the back of our cardstock. So on our base, we are just going to put the same size. This is obviously a bit bigger, but that's okay because we're going to trim it all down. And I wouldn't muck around with this one. I would simply use my tape. Actually, I might even use a thicker tape. You can use your tear and tape. It should hold, as long as it's tape. Now, I might use the thicker tape, just to be on the sure side. Murphy's Law. Because I really do want it to hold. You don't want to give the card to someone and have it fall apart. And say, look at my lovely creation. And then whack. So we do want to try and avoid that. Just trim that off. Oh, and it's stuck to my finger. You'll also need some dimensionals. So maybe, hopefully you're writing this down as we're going. But the good thing with YouTube is that you can pause it. And then later on you can go over it. And that's the fun thing about being able to use YouTube. There's so many options available these days, isn't there, when it comes to tutorials. I love it. I'm always looking at new ideas, some really new fabulous things, different mediums that we've got available for us. And you have to explore, you have to play. If you love crafting, you will. Oh, I think that took the whole thing off. Let's have a bash at that one. Yeah, it probably was a good idea that I went with a thicker one. Because we do want it to, it doesn't want to come apart. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. And one more. Got it. Okay. So now we're just going to stick some foam right onto the edges, up, marry it right up so that it's nice and square. You can cut it to size before you do this, but I decided to do it this way because I've got to trim it off anyway. So Okay, so that is the back of our base. And you can see that I've done it backwards, but that's okay because we're trimming it all off with a big pair of scissors. So we're just going to go around the edge, trim it all off and make it nice and neat and beautiful. I'm just doing a final trim, make sure it's nice and neat. There we go, beautiful. How's that? Gorgeous. Okay, so we're on the home stretch now, people. So you've already got your card, you've got your base, you've applied all your shine, and we've done our embossing. And I do believe that I stuck this down first and then I popped the flowers in placement. So you can go whichever way you want. I might even put this one a bit higher, I think. And I did use some dimensionals for this. So you're going to want a couple of dimensionals for this, as well as the backs of the flowers. So let's I might just go up a little bit higher. There we go. Yeah, about there. Oh, that one's stuck. It's right, we'll put 3 on. Why not? So they're kind of looking a little bit, not too high. I don't want it to be too high. About there, I think. They look a bit even Stevens? I think so. Okay, so with your flowers are just going to squeeze through there. So once you've got your flowers in placement, you can then just put behind them the little dimensional and arrange them the way that you want them to look, so that, can you see that? Yeah, there you go. It's not hard at all, so we'll quickly do that. Pop a dimensional on. If you've got a little pair of tweezers, that helps too, because it helps you to look at your proportioning when you've got it in. And you want to make sure that it's sort of like, it's down far enough. Well, this one doesn't want to go in. But if you don't want it to hang, I didn't want my flower stems to be coming through. I wanted them to stay on the same level without being noticed on the underneath here. So that was the only thing that was important to me. I tried it in a bunch. I've tried it in a few variations, but this is the one I liked the most. But, you know, whatever you're comfortable with, you can always trim it too. If it sticks over the edge but you want it to be more balanced, up to you. Have a little play before you do cement it into any permanency. And down here. I so love these colours together. The Sahara Sand and this Brilliance Platinum is just beautiful together. I'm having this love affair with the platinum, though, I have to say. Oh, look, we've got one that's a little bit over there, so that's okay. We'll just trim. See how it came through on the bottom there? So I'm just going to quickly trim that off if I can. Or might use my snips. I don't want to go in with a hacksaw. There we go. Perfect. All right. That being said, this is the home stretch. So we've got it all together, all done, and we just need to find my card base, which is here. And again, you've got your foam there, so that's going to give it enough of a backing, I would believe. But if you want to make it higher, put some dimensionals. For me, I don't think I want to put anything else on there other than some more tape. So I'm just going to tape that just to make sure that the foam stays on too. Murphy. Murphy's Law. And again, the Sahara hand base. I liked the tone on tone. The colours actually go really well. I don't think that, but you know, you might be wanting to change it to something different. I don't know. But I think these colours and the platinum, what is it, the brilliance, platinum brilliance, platinum planet it's called. I think it just goes beautifully with our Sahara sand from Stampin' Up. So the foam always makes it hard for me to actually get the tape off. It just doesn't want to give. There we go. Ugh. Stuck again to the tape. All right, make sure we've got the card up the right way. Yes, we have. And we are going to put it down onto the card base. So the card base is going to actually be the same size as the card. And that is just perfect for us. That's exactly how we want it to be. So that there's... Flatten it down and voila. There you go, people. Whew, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I do hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I do hope you give that a go, because this is gorgeous. Really gorgeous colours together in real life. Oh, I didn't put on any blingy bits. So for the blingy bits, I obviously have used the new little, what do they call them? I can't remember now. These are new. The little embellishments. They're new. They're from the Sneak Peek range. You can't see them quite there, but oh, they are beautiful. Gems they are, absolute gems. Actually, to be honest, I had one over on the other side, on the other card, and oh, where's it gone? I've lost the other card. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I had one on the other side, but do you know what? I think it actually looks quite elegant with just, especially maybe because this background is a bit different. It is different in the sense where it's a different style. So, yeah, I think, like one is actually quite pretty with just one rather than a whole stack, because, you can make it look really busy. So I think that. And the other thing I did do on here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I put some glossy accents just there and there, and it made it look like water drops on the actual flowers. So you can also, that's the glossy accents, you can also do that. If you just put it onto the petals, it comes up beautifully, and it just looks like little water droplets. So it kind of looks really pretty when the card moves. It's actually really pretty. And the other thing I would probably, if I was going to do anything, I would put a couple of, and I can't find any. The camera, why when I'm on film I always can't find anything. Somewhere I have got my little diamantes, and okay, can't find them. All right, so on here I have put, let's just do a little trick. We'll just trick my brain into thinking that these are the smaller diamantes. So you can probably put one like that, which kind of looks pretty. And we'll take one more, and we'll put one. Oh no, that's a bit too big. I don't want a big one. I want the small one. There we go. And we'll put one down here into the little circle component. There you go. So, and they've got gold and silver in these little embellishments, and they're I can't remember what they're called now, because I've taken them out of the pack and I don't know where the pack is. But anyway, that's the tutorial. So please enjoy. Give it a go. It's just absolutely adorable, and I'm sure the recipient will be just going, wow, 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 did you make that? And you'll be going, yeah, I did. So there you go. So happy Mother's Day, everybody. I may be back with another tutorial before Mother's Day arrives, hopefully, maybe. I try not to make any promises. So thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed the tutorial. So if you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe. I have to come up with a motto. So I'm sort of thinking, like, subscribe, and buy. Like, subscribe, and stay. Like, subscribe, and buy. I don't know. So if you liked it, please like it. If you oh, and share. Don't forget to share. Share tutorials. You should always share tutorials that come up really well that you like. So like, buy, share, and that's it from me. Thanks for joining me, and take care until next time. Ciao for now.